Hey guys, so it's time for another creepy, scary video, and tonight I just figured it would be perfect to make a video about creepy paranormal ghost pictures that have been found that are supposed to be like actual legitimate pictures, because I've really been into that a lot here lately and I think that they are super creepy. So yeah, this is gonna be like 6 creepy paranormal pictures, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. The first of these paranormal pictures that I'm going to show you is the one called the Zombie Road Kids. Now this road, before it was called the Zombie Road, was called Lawler Ford Road. Now supposedly there used to be a mental institution in that area where a mental patient escaped, and all they could find whenever he escaped was his bloody nightgown on the side of the road. And supposedly in that area, that was where a lot of teenagers and kids would meet up to party and drink, and it was also known as Lover's Lane. This mental patient, whenever he escaped, he would kill those people. And those dead people are said to still roam around in that area. Paranormal investigators have called them the shadow people, which I just made a video on, which I thought was really interesting. And there are tons of photographs like this that have been taken in that area. If you look up Zombie Road paranormal pictures, you will find them. There's like several of them, and they're supposed to all be legit, and they look legit. But this one was the one that creeped me out the most. That area isn't no longer open to the public to like drive through and stuff, but it used to have like railroad tracks and everything, and they're still there, but people can't drive through there anymore. Like, it's just a place that's open, like, to go and view and visit and stuff. Okay, so the man that took this picture, his name was Tom Halstead. He took this picture in March of 2005. He called this picture The Legacy of the Shadows. Now, people believe that these shadow people in this picture are those dead people that that mental patient killed in that area. It was taken above a river, which was above the banks near the trees. And he said that whenever he was taking this picture, there were no other people around, and there was no one standing in that area whenever he took this picture. That was the creepiest thing about it. In these pictures, where he took these pictures, it was completely surrounded by water. So even if there was people that wanted to get back there, they couldn't, because it was surrounded by water. I think they called it the Zombie Road because the guy's name, his nickname was Zombie. For some reason, they called him Zombie. So I think it got the name Zombie Road because he would kill those kids in that road. So he would call it there. But before it got the name Zombie Road, it was Lawler Ford Road. Okay, the second picture that I'm showing you guys tonight is called the Malaysia Bus Accident. This was a very bad bus accident in Malaysia, and it killed about 3 people, and there were 2 really bad injuries in this mess. A Malaysian news team was there taking pictures of the accident and the video. When the news team checked the photos, they noticed something was underneath the bridge where that bus had wrecked. And it looks like a face of like a demon or just something evil, like smiling, like as if it were like the person who done this and like made all of this stuff happen. But I just thought it was really creepy because he's smiling and it just looks almost like a troll or like a demon or something like that. But it's extremely, extremely creepy. Now, the third picture, I'm sure you guys have seen by now, especially if you're into paranormal and like ghosty things. This one was the Belle Ghost Boy picture. Now, this was when a bunch of people, paranormal investigators, Lorraine Warren, they were all there investigating the place. And one of the investigators, his name was Gene Campbell, he was a photographer. He brought his camera to the house in about 1967. And he left it there overnight. No one was there whenever this picture was taken. Now, this was an automatic camera that he set up on the second floor landing of the home. It was an infrared camera with black and white. Now, it was said that they took several other pictures before this, and they looked through them. There was nothing on those pictures, but this one picture, they noticed something in the corner of the doorway. And it was just on this one picture. It wasn't on the other pictures, just that one picture. They say this little boy to be one of the boys that were killed in the family murder. And like, if you look at the picture that was taken and then a picture of the little boy before he passed away, it looks just like him. And it's so freaking creepy because his eyes are glowing and everything. But they were putting together a book whenever they took these pictures and did their investigation. And this guy, George Lutz, had his wife who was pregnant at the time. Okay, and he said that every time she picked up those pictures because she was going through them and she saw the picture of the little boy, her baby kicked her on the inside of her stomach. Okay, the fourth picture that I'm going to be telling you guys about and showing you is called the Toys R Us Ghost. This picture was taken at a Toys R Us in Sunnyvale, California. This picture was taken after a lot of strange stuff started happening, like stuff was falling off the shelves. Some of the employees had a lot of strange feelings about the place whenever they walked in there, and there was just a bunch of other like creepy paranormal stuff that was going on whenever this picture was taken. So this haunted Toys R Us store made its way onto a TV show that had a lot of paranormal investigators, and Sylvia Brown, which was a part of there. I think she's like a medium or a psychic or something like that. And a bunch of professional photographers, and they decided they were going to come to the store and document a seance. They had an infrared camera taking pictures while they were doing the seance, and they believed that this boy named Johnny Johnston, who was in love with this girl, believed that he bled to death after a farm accident in that area, and they thought that his ghost now haunted the store. Now, they took tons and tons of pictures of this aisle of the store, and they seen not one single thing in those pictures. This was where Sylvia Brown was attempting to contact this Johnny Johnston, and then as their infrared camera was going, it shot a picture of a ghostly young man standing at the corner of the room where they're holding the seance. And they said that no one was in this area whenever the picture was taken. And it's like clear as day, like he's standing there with his hands in his pockets, just leaning up against the wall. And they were another person took a picture, like a regular picture, in that same area, and they did not see him in the regular picture. He just showed up on the infrared. Now, the next picture that I'm going to tell you guys about is the one that was taken on the Mothman Bridge. So, the Silver Bridge Mothman. Okay, so if you guys live in West Virginia, or you've been following my YouTube channel for a while now, then you probably know the story of the Mothman here in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Now, before the Silver Bridge collapsed there in the 60s, there was a lot of disturbing things and occurrences and stuff that was going on, and people were sighting this strange, like, it looked like a man and moth creature with big black wings and bright red eyes, and they were sighting it around in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed. Right before the Silver Bridge collapsed, it was said that someone spotted the Mothman on the side of the bridge before it collapsed, and this sent 46 people to their deaths. It was said to be one of the biggest bridge collapse in the United States at that time period. And it was also seen underneath the Silver Bridge as it was falling down. Now, some people say that Mothman was responsible for this bridge collapsing and killing all of those people and all of this stuff happening. And others like myself think that he was just there trying to warn them that this was going to happen, like he was some sort of an omen, like trying to tell them, hey, this bridge is going to collapse, something bad's going to happen, I'm here. Like, just trying to tell them and warn them not to go into that bridge. But there was a lot of investigators that concluded that it was just one small pin that was out of place on that bridge that made it fall. It faced a heavy load of cars constantly on it all the time. They said that the bridge was unprepared when all this was happening and going on. So I don't know if maybe the bridge just wasn't like in the best stable place at that moment in time, and that the Mothman was just trying to warn them, or if he really was the cause for it. But what do you think? Do you think these pictures are real? I do. I don't see how anybody could have gotten up that high onto that bridge before all that happened. I don't think that they had Photoshop or anything good editing back then. I think that this picture is legitimate and real, and I think that he was just there to try and warn them of that bridge collapsing. Okay, the sixth and the last picture that I'm going to be telling you guys about is the SS Watertown Ghost photo. Now, the story behind this picture dates back to December 1924, which is a really, really long time ago. So the SS Watertown was the name of this ship. It was making its way back to Panama Canal from New York City. Now, these two crewmen, Seaman James Courtney and Michael Meehan, were assigned to clean out a tank in this ship as it sailed through the Pacific Ocean. These two men were overcome by gas fumes while they were doing this task, and it killed them. That was before anyone could reach them. Then, following the tradition of the sea, they committed their bodies to the ocean on December 4th. The following day, just before dusk, a mate reported seeing the faces of those two men in the waves of the sea. They were seen for 10 seconds and then they faded away. For several days after that, the crew of the ship would see their faces in the waves. Once the ship arrived in New Orleans, the ship's captain, Keith Tracy, reported some strange events to the employees as well, the city's service company, who suggested for him to take pictures of the waves and see if he could capture these two faces on this picture. He took 6 pictures of these waves, 5 of which had nothing on them. Then on the 6th picture, sure enough, he seen those two men's faces in the wave. It almost looks like their heads are floating in the sea. Now, it is said that there have been frequent sightings of the SS Watertown Ghost ever since then by a lot of ships and sailors. Yeah, that was the 6 pictures that I wanted to show you guys tonight. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be making any more of these videos. I think that I will in the future, just I have to have time to find them. If you have any creepy paranormal pictures that you would like me to make a video like this on, then feel free to send them in to me, because I will gladly put them into a video. I need some suggestions, so feel free to do that if you want to, if you have anything. If not, if you just have any paranormal ideas for videos or like scary things I can do, just leave a comment and let me know, because I will definitely look into that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a good scare out of it like I did. Like, I thought these pictures were extremely scary whenever I seen them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video if it creeped you out, and subscribe if you haven't and you're new to my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.
The seamen were over the seamen.